guys, welcome back to our channel. Today we're going to be sharing with you a slow cooker brownie recipe that is also paleo.
Yeah, so this recipe was actually inspired by Sarah Wilson's recipe in the Simplicious cookbook. I've made quite a few changes of my own because I've made it a few times now, and thought we would share with you since it's an interesting thing to do with the slow cooker. I haven't actually tried this recipe. This is Beck's recipe, so I will be the judge of whether it's fudgy enough. And what I like about using the slow cooker to cook the brownie is that on the outside, because it's in contact with that hot bowl, it gets a bit crunchy, like a crust around the outside, whereas the middle stays nice and fudgy. Yeah, you need like a combo of the crispy and the fudgy gooey. Yeah. Unlike the oven where you have to keep, well, I guess in the slow cooker you can keep a pretty close eye on it and keep testing it easily. So you can take it out when it's just right rather than bring it out and it's overcooked. I like to swirl through some peanut butter. Obviously that's not paleo strictly, but if you wanted to do something similar but you wanted to be paleo, you can use almond butter or macadamia butter or anything you can think of really. You can even put whole chopped nuts in. Just make it how you want and experiment. Yeah. I'm also working on a recipe for like a nut flour free paleo brownie, so keep an eye out for that. Alright, so we'll get started with the recipe. So what you'll need for this recipe is 3 eggs, half a cup of tapioca starch, a cup of almond meal, half a cup of raw cacao powder, about 90 grams of good quality dark chocolate, so that's about a medium-sized chocolate bar, 1/3 of a cup of honey, half a cup of coconut oil melted, a teaspoon of baking powder, half a teaspoon of some good quality salt, and optional you can add a couple of tablespoons of peanut butter or your favourite nut butter. And also don't forget to use some baking paper. That's really important for lining the bottom of our slow cooker. Start by lining the slow cooker with a bit of baking paper. Now you don't have to do anything fancy like cutting it in a special way. I literally just shove it down like that. And this will make it really easy to lift out your brownie when it's done, so it won't get stuck on or anything like that. So now we're going to be putting all of our dry ingredients into this bowl and then all of our wet ingredients into this bowl. So that would be the honey, coconut oil, eggs, and also we're going to leave out the peanut butter and the chocolate for now. We'll put that in after. Now we're going to give this a bit of a mix. And you want to work through any lumps just to make sure that it's as smooth as possible. Okay, so now we're just going to mix the wet and dry ingredients together. Now we're going to be chopping up our block of chocolate into some smaller pieces. The good thing about this recipe is that you don't have to heat your chocolate up first, which a lot of them do, which means it's super lazy, and that's really what you're going for when you're eating brownies. You're feeling a bit lazy, you just want to sit on the couch. So your other options here, if you don't have a stevia flavored chocolate, you could use a 70%, or if you go higher, just keep in mind that it's not going to be as sweet and you might need to increase the honey. But we usually would go for, I think, a 70% by the lint. So let's get chopping. So we're just going to swirl in these chocolate chips and they're going to get lovely and gooey as it heats up. Now it doesn't matter if there's a few chunks in there either, it'll just taste extra good. We're saving the best to last. We're going to be adding in the peanut butter or macadamia butter, whatever you're using. So we're just going to put in a tablespoon of that and give it just a swirl through. You don't want to overwork it so that it distributes completely through there. We want to have like a nice swirl. It'll look really sexy later. Okay, so now we're just going to put our brownie mix into the slow cooker and just make sure it's distributed evenly. So I've set the timer on this to go for 2 hours. What I'm going to do is at an hour and a half, I'll start really checking it and I'll start to cook it with the lid off. So you start with the lid on for an hour, hour and a half, and then you can take the lid off. Kind of just like making any cake, you want to make sure that it's pretty even and right up to the edges. So with this brownie, what's going to happen is the outer edge is going to get nice and almost like a crust, whereas this inside part here is going to stay really nice and fudgy as long as you don't overcook it. Just finished cooking for half an hour without the lid on, so it's ready to come out. Okay, so we're done. And the best time to eat brownie is when it's hot.
Yeah.
And it's really nice with a little bit of either coconut yogurt or coconut ice cream. If you can either make it yourself or buy it somewhere, it's like really popular at health food stores now. Or just normal ice cream if you eat dairy.
So thanks for watching this video, guys, and if you liked it, please give it a big thumbs up. And if you're not subscribed to our channel already, don't forget to subscribe. Other than that,
I'll see you in our next video.
bye guys.
Bye. This video, rather, we're going to talk about our latest favourites, so it's natural beauty, health and other things that we're just loving at the moment.